Sorry about that, guys.
Alright, so did we actually have the Baneling nest from the Zerg? I didn't notice one.
I always assume.
I always assume too.
Yeah,
we do have one.
Okay. He does have Baneling speed.
Oh, as 16 morph once again.
He waited. He knew. He's like, all right. Okay. I'll wait for my upgrade to finish. Wait for him to say it, then I'll morph.
So I like this muta response against the tanks, and this map is actually fantastic for mutas because there's so much space behind and actually in the middle of the bases. If you actually move the camera just like there, I just want to see. Like in here, the mutas can kind of just dance around so easily, and a slow army with tanks is not going to be able to hop back and forth really to defend.
That's true.
There's just so much gap to run that big loop around.
All around here. Very nice to see. He is in position to continue his upgrades, but still will definitely be behind. And there's that additional transition. Getting the infestation pit. Should be thinking about taking a 4th base and maybe even a 5th right now, unless he wants to do some sort of large aggression play. Continuing to build Mutalisk, though, a little bit surprising. Here's the push up from Terran. 4 tanks.
All those
Donation
just run right through the Marines.
But it does scout this army. He will be in position. If he can attack now before the tanks are sieged, now is the time to shine. Needs to focus down these
siege up in time.
Oh, but the Baneling's decent hitting, trying to micro around, but it's not giving enough. Fantastic Baneling hit, crushing the Terran army. But he did lose all of his Mutalisk except these 3.
I think so. It was actually almost a fair trade.
Units lost.
Not quite.
That was still quite a good investment.
It looked like a fair trade.
It did. Very deceiving, especially losing another medevac. Hit before 2-2 though, so credit where credit is due. But Terran has such a better economy. Don't let Zerg get 80 drones, but certainly don't let Terran get 80 SCVs.
Yeah.
Terran actually needs to stop producing these workers. This, my friends, if you're ever playing a game and you see this as your base, you are oversaturated.
How's the 3rd doing? The 3rd's alright. You should transfer some over there. Get those gas
is
up.
Almost at optimal saturation as well. So it's just the natural that's going to be pumping. He is continuing his upgrades quite well. Hive started for Zerg. He's still only on 3 bases, is trying to now get his drone count up to the appropriate level. He has crushed that 1 army, so he should just be looking to put on a little bit of pressure with those Mutalisks, but that will be stopped with the massive turrets that are coming down here, and the Thor. This is why Mutalisk style has really fallen out, because Terrans, they just know, I will build my turrets, I'll get my Thor, I'll push out, I'll be fine. There's a little bit of a scary period if you're not able to defend, but once you have such a, masterful economy, and you can just control every engagement. Just even if you lose 5 or 6 armies, Terran will just have the drone, or not always with the drones. Will have the.
I'm the same. I call them all probes.
He'll have the workers.
Workers, yes.
Banelings to work him down, but Terran did get twin to that. Nice. I think he's figured out that he's got a little bit too many workers. Going to buffer some damage with them.
Sack them. Love the worker sack.
Or if
the problem with going mutas in a game like this is if you don't get that pressure on, then the Terran does get way too easily defended against them. Like he got all those turrets up. You should be pressuring so that he can't get those up.
Especially after having your Spire scouted just as it's building and forcing the cancel. Nothing worse than delayed 2-base mutas.
Yeah, I almost would have liked him to change strategies at that point.
Oh, and now he's got a Baneling bust through this wall. Alright, so here's the damage coming in.
I busted quite easily. Take quite a few Marines.
Not a very good spread. Oh yeah, had all of his tanks at his other base. I think
SCVs are pulled, and they do actually make it away from all the Banelings.
Zerg should not have been able to get in there. And now with some odd pathing, he could have done more damage with his Banelings, taking out all the Terran army. Terran's struggling with his late game, or not even late game, mid game defensive positioning. Zerg is taking his 4th base and making he's equaled out the worker count at 73 to 73.
Oh, we just see the Greater Spire coming down 14. There from Zerg.
Not bad. His Hive is done. He can start 3-3 as well as the free damage upgrade, which is the Adrenal Glands, the Cracklings, and a large
unbelievably good upgrade.
Defending a drop with drones, not again what you want to be doing. Transfused his Greater Spire twice while it was not being attacked. Again, ill-advised. Okay, he's taking his 4th base.
I'd like to see more than that. When he gets into these Broodlords, it's going to be hard to keep this economy rolling. Very expensive units to build, very slow. He's really going to need to sacrifice some easier, faster units.
I was looking at the food count and assumed Zerg was 190 and Terran was 140. This is going to be a little bit trickier, but it might just be because of the extraordinarily high worker count from Terran. But stimming in a small group of units is going to try to bait everyone into the siege fire.
And it works.
Really nice. 3 Banelings for 2 Marines. That's a fantastic trade. Should be doing this again. Trying to bait the Terran, or the Zerg army, sorry. These Broodlords are morphing in. 4 on the way. Viking production has yet to begun. I don't think Terran is actually... Is he aware of the Hive? He is aware of the Hive. He's aware of the Greater Spire. So we should be seeing some Vikings start to be produced now. Terran also does need to be taking another base. He has 2 command centers finishing, as I say that. Combat shields just now finishing as well.
Yeah, that's quite a late combat shield, I was just going to say.
It'd be nice. We should remind ourselves next game to put the game timer up so we can see exactly when things are coming down. Zerg is actually in a decent position with these Broodlords, which are going to be completely uncontested. Does have an Viking.
The Terran army isn't very marine heavy. It's very tank heavy. It's going to be hard to fight these Broodlords. He's just going to have to retreat.
Very unfortunate, losing 2 tanks.
Especially when your tanks are blowing up each other.
Tanks, the lone Viking now going to be venturing forth. Oh my god.
Hey, he'll win eventually. With the Mutas come in.
The tank fire, but they... Oh my god, the tank fire killed equal number of Marines and Zerglings. Alright, Thor is now trying to deal with the Mutalisk, and this one Viking is going to be putt-putting away, but it'll work.
Over time, he's going to obliterate
Amazing. Terran will be like, alright, I need to counter his 7 Broodlords. I have one Viking, don't worry. But 7 Corruptors on the way, and oh, the Queen is... The Queen, the ultimate defensive unit.
I like bringing that Queen out, it was good.
Does need to be transfusing some of these Broodlords, got a little bit
Oh, these tanks are going to fall. There's absolutely no Marines there to actually save them.
But Terran is still up. Still at 40 supply. 11 Marines at a time, 2 Vikings coming down. He's going to be having these other armies ready and ready. Okay, and the Greater Spire has been dropped. The 3rd Spire of the game.
Nest.
No more Baneling Nest coming down. What is he going to...
We might lose his Hive.
That would be very unfortunate. 39 workers killed for our Terran buddy. Wow, these are... Upgraded Marines are good.
Oh, he is actually just going to save the Hive. Like for him, that would have cost him the game, absolutely.
Lost his 4th to a Marine. Very dangerous stuff.
I'm interested how this game turned around from game 1. It's another macro game. There wasn't really any shenanigans, and it's completely opposite.
It was game 1 of the tournament. Terran might have been feeling a little bit nervous. I don't know about you, but when I play tournaments, I get extraordinarily nervous. It doesn't matter what's going on.
It's tough.
If I'm up against a bronze player round 1, I'm like, God, he's going to 6-pool me, I'm going to lose, and then I'm like, okay, I'll 8-pool him, I'll have the 1 extra Joan, and then he just goes for a standard macro game and wins. It's one of those...
I actually casted a game recently where they did 6-pool and the other Zerg did 7-pool. It's extremely exciting.
They meet, they both pull their drones, they meet in the middle of the map, and they decide that they're going to have a gentleman's base race. Going to be continuing, making an arrow, telling his army where he wants them to be going eventually. Zerg trying to circumvent, scouted with that scan.
There's a lot of Zerglings. Actually, they get in before the wall-off comes up.
Pure Zergling versus pure Marine.
And they actually aren't getting the surface area they need to
wall of
do the damage they need.
Some of those Marines actually decided that they were going to attack the planetary fortress, just trying to give Zerg a little bit of a fighting chance. This base could actually be sieged, and this command center could then take its position. Zerg is in a lot of trouble. He's 7 Infestors finally coming down, but it's too late. He's down 75 food.
He's going to need some great fungals to break through that Marine army.
With perfect fungals, this army could melt. But Terran going to be having none of that. Sieging up now. Just going to be clearing out the creep. I don't think he wants to lose this advantage. Kind of a ninja base over here, but not exactly. He's kind of mined out. He is going to be extraordinarily safe. Should not be moving all these siege tanks at the same time.
And he needs to kind of leapfrog them, keep them safe, protect each other.
And especially, okay, without the Baneling Nest, he could just be stinting forward.
Oh, that's true, actually. I forgot he took that out.
There are Infestors, so he should be spreading... As I click them, my friend.
I think they can hear what you're saying. As they're rooms away.
Rooms away, miles in internet land. Alright, so another scan would be nice.
Lone medevac is just healing everybody.
This is ridiculous. I'm just saying there's the whole scan, taking out this creep, getting rid of that advantage.
And that's all the creep. That's it. It's only interbase creep now. Oh, 1 tumor. I'm a liar.
He has to prove you wrong. It's his mission. Finally starting 3-3 now. Did Zerg get those upgrades rolling? He has not. I think Terran could just wait. I was like, he's going to wait till he's maxed.
Yeah, he's actually waiting too long.
I still think he's at too much of an advantage. A flank going to be coming down. Might be enough. This is a lot of tanks. They have equal upgrades presently, and the flanks did not hit simultaneously. It's going to be a decent engagement. Oh, and more Zerglings coming up. I did not see.
He actually is going to clean this up.
The fungals saving him.
Or maybe... Well, he gets all the tanks.
He gets all the tanks, but here again, he's down another 50 food.
Yeah, one fungal is just going to clean up that whole
he can just drop these.
He does have the energy for it.
All right.
Opts for the infested Terran instead, which is interesting.
He's just going to run forward. The base clearing out. Running the drones into the only position where they are undefended. Ill-advised. Has got his base back up. Terran is actually beginning to mine out. He's only mining on 2 bases right now. Does have another command center coming down on the way. But where is his army? He does have a lot of food, but it's not... Wow, 72 workers. I think he could just pull all of his workers and go.
So 2 Thors in the whole army.
Yep. 2 Thors.
6 food each.
Yep.
Expensive.
Scouting out this, I guess, a 5th base for Terran. Planetary Fortress is going to be able to hold everything. Maybe not, actually, with enough banelings. They do have +2.
I believe it still takes over 20 with +2 to kill the... Although it's not at full health, so...
Yeah, it's at a 3rd health, so he's definitely going to be able to take it down with those banelings. This is one of those scrappy games where if both player controlled just a little bit better, they would be able to take it down. Alright, there's the one volley. Oh, and
it does fall. It took exactly that amount.
Four remaining. Took down some workers, but again, that's kind of helping Terran at this point. He's down 4 supply. He's still fighting quite well. He does need to retake, not really retake, but instigate his hive tech yet again. Does need to be hiding more bases. Engineering bays coming down to be blocking.
And I don't think he actually knows about the south expansion, so he probably thinks he's limited the Terran down to 2 base. And he probably thinks he's ahead. He's got creep blocking now, and he knows the 3rd's been killed.
Okay, 5 more infestors coming. Alright, let's get some unit stats. We need some hard numbers now, because this is getting to be one of those games. Alright, 60 Zerglings. He will be up to 8 infestors, which is a strong army. Terran finally brings some SCVs into the fray to repair those tanks.
Zerg runs right into the siege, just unfortunate.
If he can hug up to this ledge, he should be able to do a lot of damage, but he does need to choke out Zerg. Does have a drop over here, very nice. Gonna just be killing that economy, because this is what's keeping Zerg in the game. This is still This is still game 3, so there will be a game 4 after this, regardless of.
Oh no, he loaded up right in front of the corruptors. That dropship is just gone.
Infestors being taken down by a group of Marines, and again, SCD doing its banling impression.
Oh, and actually, the Zerglings actually pushed that infestor back towards the army.
To scan. Interesting decision. Scanning again. I don't know what he's trying to just focus down banelings again.
Maybe he thought there were some burrowed ones.
Oh, perhaps. Oh, now just getting the pathogen glands upgrade. I would have expected that to come down a little bit sooner. Terran now taking all the bases, and he's dropping the mule hammer. His economy is not actually that much better for how many workers he has up ahead. That will probably be changing as soon as those the mule count really kicks in. And there it is. Engineering bay blocking the drone.
Blocking all 3 of those expansions, actually.
Oh no, it's just the depot to see. Like it's coming down. I'm not going to waste the full 125 to see.
The 25 minerals is useful.
He actually is macroing decently well. He has 3,000 gas banked up. He's now up 100 supply, but 25 banelings. It doesn't have a great deal of tanks. 3 tanks is not actually enough to deal with that many banelings.
It's the beauty of banelings. They're supply equalizers. If you're behind and you land a few good hits...
There's 2 more Thors here. There's just army after army. Zerg needs great engagement after great engagement. Okay, with that shot, he should be scanning. Alright, is he just trying to deal with this small force? I think he is. Terran, very effective in these small numbers. None of the splitting.
This is a good thing more of them weren't coming in.
3-3 versus the continued 2-2. Zerg is fighting hard and doesn't really have any money left. Oh god, just losing another infestor.
It does look like his 3rd is totally tapped out. The main isn't quite. It still has minerals, but all the workers have been killed.
Alright, more or less he's dry now. He's fighting to the last. Banelings coming in, tanks deciding that they're going to have none of it.
Armies.
Up 130 food. And there's the GG from Altezza. Did want to have his final push coming out. Alright guys, and that was game 2 on Tal'darim Altar. It was Zerg's pick, so he is now down 2 games. It is match.